in Python. Kindly confirm you can see my screen.
No, not yet.
Okay. Mm. Okay. All right. I think we are good here. I should stage comment this out. Okay, there's no point. Okay. Okay, how about now? Can you see now?
Yes.
All
Yes.
right. Okay. So we are talking about lists, uh, sets, and data structures. And then to start with, I will start by explaining what we mean by data structure and why they are necessary. Okay. When we started by looking at variables, and I told you that every variable that you create, okay, this variable, for example, age for 45 here. So the essence of it is that at the end of the day, when the program runs, this value can be used at a point of execution. All right. At the point of building your program, the value here can be used. Now, I also went further to say that we talk about data types, where we look at strings, integer, boolean, floats, and the rest of them. And now that we're now going to talk about data structure, talking about list, tuple, and the rest, I would want you to understand that everything that you are doing as a software engineer, data analyst, whatever be your role in the tech space, all revolves around data. All revolves around data. The essence they are paying you that amount is for you to get that data, store that data, manage that data, and be able to predict what that data will do. All right. So data is very, very important in every field. Every data that you bring, every data that you store is for the purpose of managing, retrieving, essentially everything that you are doing revolves around data. Okay. So, and this data is what makes businesses, your company, to make decisions that can bring profit or even make them to increase your salary. All right. So that is why we are now going to be talking about data structure, and we will start by talking about list data structure. Now, when we talk about list, we are referring to a okay, let me start by state some of the things that you shouldn't do. So when you want to create a list, you create it by the variable. Now, you cannot create a list with this keyword list. That's the keyword for list. Okay, so don't create a list with the keyword. I've said that when we're creating variable. Confirm you can hear me and you are still with me. Hello?
Yes, yes. Yes,
All
I can hear
right.
you.
Okay. So now let's say we want to create a list of fruit, for example. We will now write fruit as our variable, and then we say equal to, and then we provide a square bracket. Now, this empty square bracket now with a variable, with assigning it to a variable, is an empty list. All right. So if we want to provide a list, if we want to provide value inside this list, now we must now begin to what to provide it. So let's say we can have a fruit. Okay. Okay. So let's say oranges. We say oranges. Okay, so one of the things you must know is that a list can take a different type of data types. A list can take what? Different types of data type. All right, it can take a string, it can take an integer, it can take a boolean, it can take all the data types. All right, so and that is what I want to demonstrate for you. So we have orange, we can have banana like this, banana. Then we have orange, banana, carrots, and then let's have an integer value here. We have 1 comma 2 comma 3, and then let's have a boolean. We say true, right? And then let's have what? Another boolean. We say false. I will explain these two. Okay, just follow me carefully. Then we inside here we can also provide another thing. So boolean, so we can provide 5.6. all right, and then so this is how you can have different types of data type in your list. All right, so the list data type does not care whether you specify an integer. No, it takes different types of data type. Now one of the thing I want you to know is, if we want to know the length of this of our list, we can use the len method. Follow me carefully. Before now, I've explained index to you, right? So I'm going to use that to explain this. Okay, so if we want to use it now, we can do something like print, and then we provide the len method, and then we provide fruits here like this. Okay, now if we run this, you can see that it's giving us 9. It's returning 9 for us, right? Now what if we want to know the value, we want to get a particular value. Let's say we want to get the value of hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, so we want to get carrot, we want to get only carrot, for example. How do we do it? That is where indexing comes in. And what is indexing? Indexing simply means the position of the value you want to get. Simple. Okay, another way to look at it is, if you want to, let me use a real life example of a book. All right, I think I have a book here. Okay, so I have a book here, the 9 principles of be the best, 9 powerful keys from Matthew Ashimolowo here. All right, so if I want to open this book and I want to open to a particular chapter like this, okay, it has chapter 1 to 9 and with their page number. So if I want to open to page 73, because I want to find out about find your financial freedom, okay, I will open to page 73. So if I go to page 73, and here I am. Okay, so this is page 73, find your financial freedom. Okay, now for me getting here is what this 73, this page number now is the index. So the position of the value you want to get in your list, in your data structure, is what we refer to as what? Index. So indexing is very necessary in languages like Java. In languages like Java, for example, you can have the index will start from 1. All right, but languages like Python, the index start from 0. Okay, so if I want to get a particular index now, there are 9 values here, which means that it's going to start from 0 to 8. There is a joke about normal people will come from 1, while Python, programmers will want to count from what? 0. So we count from 0 because we understand indexing. All right, please understand this, because when I'm talking about slicing, this is what your mind should go into. So the reason why we are using slicing and all of that, so please pay attention, follow me. Are you with me, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, so let's go. So now I've been able to create this. Now I want to get the value of banana. All right, how do I do it? So what I will do is I'm going to call fruit, which is the variable that is holding the list of fruits, and then provide a square bracket. Okay, now look at it very carefully here. Okay, inside here, if I say so now I said I want to get the value of banana, right? So from what I said so far, what do you think is the index of banana?
1.
1. Thank you. So now if we provide 1 here, and let's print our let's print, so let's assign a variable, let's say x, and then equal to, and now I want to print x. Let's print x. Okay, we'll print x like this, and then we should run it. So you can see that it's returning banana for us. So you use this square bracket, provide the index, and you'll be able to get the value that you want. All right, so this is one way. Now I want to change the value of carrot to watermelon. How do I do it? For me to do that, what do you think I will do from what you said so far? If I want to change the value of carrot, what do you think I need to do now from what we said and what we just did?
Value of carrot is 2.
The value of carrot is 2, yes. So if I want to change it now, how do I go about it? What's the first thing I need to do?
If you want to get the index of carrot.
Yes.
Okay.
So.
Okay, after the, is it?
Yeah, I'm listening. Go on.
Is it after you cancel the 1 and put?
All right. So I will put the index here, which is 2, and then I want to assign a new variable. So what I'll do is I'll provide the index and then the new value I want to change it with. So when I print fruit, I don't want to see carrot again, I want to see watermelon. So I'll come here and write watermelon like this. So this is how you can modify a list. You modify a list by using their index and assign the new variable to that index. Do you understand what I just said, sir?
Yes, sir. I understand.
You understand? All right. So
yes.
Now that we've done that, so even if we do something like this and we print fruits, now let's print fruits. Okay, let's print let's print fruits and then provide a variable like this. Okay, let's run our code now. So you can see that our carrot is nowhere to be found, but we are seeing watermelon. So this is how to modify a list and assign a new value. Okay, so this is how to modify a list and assign a new value. So you must know that when you are creating your list, the first thing you must understand is that you cannot modify a list without understanding their index. All right, now what if in a situation you don't know their index? Okay, if you don't know their index, use the learn method I've showed you before to print the entire value there, right? That's one way. But if there are many, that is when you loop through and write your conditions. That is why I first of all taught you loop, okay, where we talk about for loop and the while loop. So let's loop let's loop through our list. Okay, let's look through so that we'll print every value there without them. So if we print it like this, you can see that they are in square bracket, right? Now we want to get every individual value that there shouldn't be in a square bracket. How do we do it? We can loop through it. So we can do for I in what? In fruits, right? In fruits, yes, fruits, and then we now print I. Let's print I. So print I, print I like this. Okay, so this is how we can do it, and when we run it, so you can see what is giving us. So there is no, it's no longer in what? In a square bracket again, is giving us.
List.
All right. Now, there's something I want to show you about the true and the false. Okay. Let's count them: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right? Now let's get the value of the true and false. Of true now, we want to get the value of true and false, right? Pay attention to what I want to do. So I will now do something like this. I will now come here and then I'll call fruits and then provide call the square bracket and provide the index of the true and false. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So meaning at index 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. So index 8. Okay. And then let's print fruits. Let's assign a variable. So and then we'll say we are printing x. Print x like this. Okay. And then let's comment this out. Okay, let's comment this out. Let's comment this out. Okay, and then let's run the code now. All right, let's run it. And so it's giving us 5.6. Oh, what index is that? Index 8. 5. Okay. So it has to be index 7 and 6, right? So we say 7 here and we'll run it. Now it's returning false for us, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, all right, I'll discuss more on that as we go. So I want you to know that when you say true, you are saying 1. When you say false, is 0. Do you understand what I just said?
True is 1, false is 0.
Thank you. All right. Okay. So let's proceed. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you wherever you are watching me from. God bless you. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much. All right. So let's continue. Now, the next thing we need to talk about is, I've talked about indexing, changing a particular value in your list. Okay. Now, and then how to look through your list. Okay. I've talked about that. Now, if, for example, I want to slice. Slicing simply means that this entire list from 0 to 8 is what is it called? Is this entire list from 0 to 8 is what? Is from what's the word? It's 9. All right. Now I want to get. It's 9. There are 9 values here.
Okay. Yes.
So now I want to start from a particular place and end at a particular place. So this happened in a situation where you have a large data set that you want to get certain values. Okay. So that way you want to get a particular value based on requirement, right? So and then you don't want to go through anyone. You don't want to go through the entire data set. That's what I want to say. All right. So now what do you need to do? You will now need to use slicing. How do we use slicing? So take, for example, remember we talk about index. So if I want it to start from index 1, for example, so that it doesn't start from index 0, it starts from index 1 and stop at index 4 or 5, for example. How do I do something like that? I will first of all call the variable that is holding my list and then provide a square bracket. Inside that square bracket, I'm going to say that it should start from 1, okay, and end at 6. Do you see what I just did?
Yes.
So if I run the code now, do you see what is returning to me? It's returning banana, watermelon, and what? 1, 2, 3 is stopping at 4. So he's not returning true or false, and he's not returning 5.6. Okay. Why is that? Because I specify where it should start from and where it should end. There are cases where you also need to do something like this. You do, let's say I want you to start from index 9, right? It should start from index 3 and stop at index what, 6, and then I run the code again. You can see that it's giving me the numbers, the integer value there. Are you seeing what I'm doing?
Yes.
Alright, so this is how you can use slicing in list manipulation. Alright, so this is very, very important, especially in a situation like I said, you are dealing with large data set, okay, and you want to fetch certain values, not all the values. We can even use loop to achieve this, where you say loop when this is equal to this, and then you break and continue until you see something similar again. So you can do all of this. All you need, like I started with it, is logic. We as programmers, our way of thinking is not the way of everybody thinking. We think analytically, we think in processes, we think in systems. All right, looking at the whole, not one part. Okay, we understand that everything affects each other. All right, so that is how you must think as programmers. All right, and that will help you to also that will also show up in how you write your code. Okay, so let's continue. All right, now having said that, let's continue. So now I want to move on. Okay, I want to put a negative here, for example. When I add negative here, or no, let me start from here. So I don't want to add anything here. I just want it to start from index 3. So, and then I run the code. It's going to start from index 3 all through the end of the values. Now, I don't want to specify where it to start from. I want it to stop at a specific index. So I say it should stop at index 5. This is how I will do it. All right. Are you seeing what I'm doing, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, this is how you can specify where to start from. You can specify where to stop. All right. Now, there are cases where you will also need to specify it should skip. It's already showing. All right. Now, let me talk about when you are using a negative value. Okay, when you are adding a minus to it, you are making it negative. It means you are saying that you start from the end. Remember that what we have been doing is starting from here. So I want you to, we now want you to start from the end like this. How do we do it? So we add negative here like this. Okay, so if we do something like this, let's say -3, okay, and stop at index 5, for example. Let's run it. You see that it's returning negative. It's returning an empty list for us. Look at it. It's returning an empty list. Why do you think it's returning an empty list?
Well, there's no -3. Well, there's no minus.
There is no minus what? There's no minus.
-3.
Okay. So it's not that there's no -3. What is there is, please kindly subscribe. Thank you. Like and subscribe. Thank you. So what it's saying is, it's not like there's no -3. So if you are putting negative, you are saying that it should start from the end. So if I remove this 5 now and I run the code, you can see what is bringing for us. So it's starting from the end. Okay, it's starting from the end. All right. So if I remove the negative and I say it should run, you will now start from the beginning. Are you seeing?
Yes.
All right. So your negative sign is telling you that go back to the beginning, to the end of this list and start all over from there. All right. So that is what you are doing. Okay. So if we do -4, okay, like this, and we run it, you can see it's giving us orange, banana, caret, and is stopping at what? So this is index 0, index 1, index 2, index 3, index 4. So it will not go over to index 5. Alright? So that is it. That is what we are saying. So do you understand slicing from what I've done so far?
Yes, I understand.
What do you
Then,
understand?
the orange, the minus.
Yeah?
If you are counting from them, if there's a negative value there,
Yes.
you count from the back.
Okay. Alright.
And if it's a positive one, it should start from front.
Okay. Thank you so much for following. Alright. So that is the beauty of list. A list is can be manipulated. A list is mutable. Okay. A list is what? Is mutable. Alright. Only a list that cannot only tuple set. Alright, we'll get to that. Okay. So there are values that you cannot, there are data structure that you cannot, what is it called? You cannot modify them. Okay, so tuple is one of them. You cannot modify tuple, and we'll get to that shortly. All right, do you have question in all that I've said so far, so that we can move on from here?
No question for now.
Okay, for now there's no question. Me, I have question for you. What did I say about list?
Okay.
In entirety? What did I
The
say?
list is immutable. It cannot be modified. List is mutable. It can be modified. You can modify list. You can change it from one position to another.
Okay. All right.
And we use square bracket for list.
All right. So okay. So now you must understand that every data structure, like I said earlier, is for you to what? Store and manage data. So there are data that you will want to you want them to remain the same. There are data that you will need to modify. Take for example, you cannot modify your user's password. It's not ideal. You shouldn't do it. You shouldn't even have access to see it in the first place. Talk more of modifying it. Okay, except you are a criminal. All right. Okay, having said that, let's continue. So the next one we are going to talk about is tuple. What is a tuple? A tuple is a data structure in Python that is unordered. Okay, and how do we do it? So take for example, okay, it's unordered and is immutable. You cannot modify the value of a tuple. Unlike you are changing the value here, you cannot do that. So let's go. What are the things that you cannot do with what? A tuple. So for you to create a tuple you create with a variable. So I'll call it TP like this. Don't use tuple as a variable name. It's a built-in keyword. Okay, so I'll say TP and then I'll say equal to, and then with my parenthesis like this. So this is an empty tuple. All right, this is an what? An empty tuple. Now I want to now add, pay attention, I want to now add value to it. The same value I added to a list, if I bring it here so that you can now see what I am saying. If I bring the value here and then I add it to the tuple list, okay, and let's print our TP print. So in case you want to or let me explain. So in case you want to know the type of data, for example, I don't know if I've mentioned it. So you can call the type method or function from Python and then provide a variable, and so that you can know the data type. Okay, but you have to know that Python already know that this is the data type you are dealing with, tuple. All right. So now if we now run this, okay, we now run this, for example, I will Okay, so I want to print TP now, okay, so that we'll get the values that are there. Now look at what it's giving us. It's giving us the entirety of whatever is in that tuple. All right, so you can take different data type. All right, it can take what? Different data type. But there's something I want you to see. Now let's provide the learn method. Well, let's call the learn method and provide it so that we know the length of this value. Okay, the length of the value, and we run it. Look at it, it's giving us 9. All right, orange, banana, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? So these are some of the things. Now let's try to modify the way we modify with list. Let's try to modify the way we modify with list, and let's see what happens. So if we come here and we do something like this, and we say we create a variable x, and we say equal to, and then we now say we now provide tp, and then we provide something like this, and then the index, what index should we modify here?
2, carrot.
Okay, let's modify carrot to what now? What should we change it to?
Apple.
Okay, apple. Oh, damn. Okay, apple, he said. Okay, apple, like this. Now you can see that it's already throwing an error that you can't add a new value. So let's see the error that we're going to get. So let's print, okay, x like this, and let's run it. Tuple object does not support item assignment, so you cannot assign whatever you have created inside the tuple remain the way it is. All right, so it doesn't allow modification, and it's very useful in situation where you are implementing security. Okay, so please pay attention to that. Tuple does not allow value modification, and because it doesn't allow that, you cannot necessarily what? Slice it. Okay, so if we want to print, let's say we want to I've not done this before, but let me say I want to do something like this, for example. Oh yes, hope you know that with the slicing you can with the list slicing you can also assign values to it. Okay, do you know?
You can put more value into list.
Yes, with the slicing. So let's say index 2 and 4 like this now. Okay, and I want to add I want to replace what is index 2 and index 4. I can say equal to, and then assign it. Okay, so let's say you said apple before, so I will say apple. What's another thing that we've not had here? Guava. Okay, and then let's print x. Okay, like this. Okay, like this, and we run it. Oh sorry, the tuple has to go first. Let's not print tuple for now. Let's comment it out like this, and then we go again. Oh, okay. Okay, I think we are good now. All right, let's go. So let's run again. So you can see, can you see? So you can add a new value using your slice. So if we print, let's go to our list now. So we do something like this, and we print our fruits. Let's print the entire list and see what gets returned to us. Can you see? Apple, guava. Are you seeing? Hello? So you can use your slicing because you are using index, you can assign and change whatever values is there, and that's another way of making modification. But you can't do that with tuple. That's my emphasis. Okay, that's what I'm emphasizing on. You can't do that with what? Tuple. So whatever you create in tuple remain the way it is. Okay, so you cannot modify it. Now you can convert a tuple to a list and a list to a tuple. Yes. So how do we convert a list to a tuple and tuple to list? Okay. So for us to do something like that, we will need a variable. So I'm going to create a temporary variable, and I'll say that this temporary variable should hold. Okay, so I want to create, let me have a new list of 1 2 3, for example. So I'll say x, and then I'll say equal to, okay, equal to square bracket 1 2 3 4 5, right? Now I want to convert this to a tuple. What do? I will create a temporary variable, okay, and like this I'll say temp, I would say equal to, and then create a temporary. Then I can do Jesus. Okay, I will explain it. And then I just remembered I didn't explain some of the methods I needed to explain to you, but I will explain it. All right. So I now want to do x. I will now say equal to 10. Okay. So when we print x like this, print x, what should we get? We are getting an empty what? Empty tuple. Okay. Okay, sorry. So it has to be temp equal to x equal to x. So I'm assigning what the value of x to temp now. So, and let's print temp. Okay. And let's run it. So can you see? So we are converting the value of a list to a tuple. Do you understand this?
No. I thought it's supposed to be a bracket, not a block.
Okay. All right, let me use another method. Now, if you want to convert, you can do something like this. Who is that? Bright, right? Franco. Okay. You are welcome, Mr. Frank.
Good morning, sir.
You're welcome. We have been enjoying ourselves here. So
Morning lectures are not good for me. I don't know if you can translate me to another group.
okay, all right. So we are already onboarding another people. So let's see, between now and next week we'll be able to solve that aspect.
Okay, thank you.
But Mr. Dami, do you think a night class will be okay for you?
Night class.
Yes, from 8 to 10 p.m. Will that class time be okay for you? Yeah?
Anyhow, I can come in. Yes.
Okay. Mr. Frank.
Yes, sir.
So 8 to 10, right?
Yeah, I'm more free in the evenings. I'll be okay with 8 to 10. Meanwhile, I have a friend that does not have much money and she wants to enroll for the cyber security class.
Oh, what's her budget? Please chat me on that. Chat me on that. Drop message.
Okay, I'll chat you.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Okay. So let's continue. What were we saying? We're talking about converting a tuple to a list. Now, there are methods that comes with the list that you cannot do, that you cannot use with tuple. So if I want to append, if I want to add a new value, all right, if I want to add a new value, this is another way. This is one way I've showed you, right? Now if I want to add another value, I can call the fruit and use the built-in method to call the dot append, okay, and call the dot append like this, and then provide the value I want to add. So in this case, I want to add what should I add now? Banana is here, apple is here. What else should I add? Please help me out.
Let's add the float.
No,
The float
it,
value.
no, a float value. Okay. So we say 7.8 like this, right? So it shouldn't be a string. It should be a number like this, right? So you can use the dot append method to add a new value to your list. Okay, so this is how you can create a new list, add a new value, and call the dot append method to add a new value. Do you understand?
Yes, yes.
All right.
But we are trying to convert from list to.
Yes. So because we are using the dot append, that's why I have to explain that. Okay. So now, if we now want to convert, convert it, we can do something like this, where we create an empty list. Okay. We want to convert a tuple to a list, right? So we can do x equal to, and then call a square bracket, like this, and then we can call x dot append, and then inside there we append our tp, which is a tuple, and then when we print x, let's print x and see what give us. Okay, it's a tuple inside the list. So yeah, I'm coming. I need a way to remove it is only the value I'll get. So equal to, okay, so I can do x dot no, yes, that is it now. Okay, or I can create a new list like this. Let's say y equal to a list, and then call the y and say equal to x like this. Now let's print y to see what is there. Okay, still giving me that. Okay, so you have a variable that is holding your tuple, create an empty list, then use the dot append and convert it to a list. Okay, all right. Okay, all right, like this. So fruits, I don't want it to return. I've already gotten it, but I don't want it to return with a bracket. I just want it inside a list. I'm coming. Okay. Yes. Just the so there is a built-in method for each of these. There is a built-in method, and that is what I was saying, that you shouldn't use them. So like this. Now this is a tuple, right? I want to now convert it, so I'll call it, let's call it my tuple or my list. Let's convert it to my list. So I'll say equal to, then I'll call the list method. The list method is a built-in method that you can use to convert. So I will just pass in my TP variable here, and when I print my list, like this, okay, it should give me a list. So can you see now? So this is how you can convert a list to a tuple using their built-in class. All right.
Tuple to list.
Yes.
List tuple to list.
Yes, let's do list to tuple. The same thing. We have a list already, fruits. So we can convert this fruit by calling fruits like this. So we already have the list. So what I'll do is I'll call it my tuple. I'll create a new variable and call it my tuple, and then I'll say equal to, then I'll call tuple like this. Inside the parentheses, I'll now provide the name of my list, okay, which in this case is fruits, right? Like this. And then when I print my tuple, let's print my tuple, and then we now have a tuple created from a list. So this is how you can convert a list to a tuple and a tuple to a list. All right, any question?
Understand.
All right. So now these are part of what I should be saying. So this is how to convert a list to a tuple to a list using their built-in object or class. All right, or constructor. Anyway, let's not go into that now. Okay. So now I want to now begin to, this is the method append, right? Now there is also a built-in method that I can use to count, okay, where I can count the value that are there in my list. So if I call fruits, for example, and then I say dot count, okay. So what this method will do is going to count the entire value, okay. So let's assign it to a variable. It's going to count the entire value in the list, okay, like this, and then let's provide x like this. Is there any print anywhere else? All right, and let's run it. Okay, list count takes exactly one. Oh yes. So you want, when you are using the count, you need to provide where it should start from, okay. So okay, so now there is no value that is occurring here. There is no value that is reoccurring here. So if I say let me repeat this, let me repeat orange and carrot like this. Now I now provide carrot, okay. I now provide carrot inside the count method like this, okay. Sorry, it has to be in a string, okay. Now what this count is going to do is going to return the number of times that it appeared, okay. It's returning 1, all right. So it appeared once, that is what it's saying, okay. If we decide to do banana, for example, let's do banana, okay, and replace it here, sorry, like this, and we run again. Where is that print? There's another print there. Okay, yes, don't print anything, yes. So it's returning 2. Why? Because banana is repeating twice, okay. So the count method is used where you want to find out, do I have a repeated value? Do I have values that have repeated over time? Okay, you can use the count method, all right. Then if there are other methods, okay, that you can use, if you want to copy another list to another list, you can use the dot copy method. how does that work? So let's create a new list. I'll call it equal to, and then I'll do it 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5. Right now I want to copy this list inside my fruit list, or I want to copy my fruit list inside this new list I just created. How do I do it? I'll now call the dot copy method. I'll call v and call the dot copy like this, the dot copy. Okay, and then I will now provide the one I want to copy inside. So in this case I want to copy fruits here. Okay, and once I do that, let's put a variable, okay, equal to like this, and then let's run. Okay, yes, so it doesn't. Oh yeah, so let me remove it, and then so instead of x is to now be the fruits. Okay, because I'm copying it inside the fruit. So let's print fruits. Okay, let's print fruits like this. Please, are you seeing what I'm doing?
Yes, you can see.
Yes, please. So you can see that is already copied, is here now. Now I want to print the, let me give it a variable so that I will use that variable and just add it. Okay, like this. Okay, so where is the fruits variables? All right, so I can come here and call, let me do this like this, and then call the fruits, and then call the dot copy. Okay, and then so if we print x, let's print x. Okay, we print x, and then let's comment this one for now. Please follow me carefully. If you don't understand, ask me please. Okay, and then all right, so you can see it's okay, it's not yet added. I think it should have copied it. Oh yes, so this will return a shallow copy. Yes, so it will return a shallow copy, meaning that it's, you use it where you want to, there's what you call shallow copy and deep copy. Okay, what did I say, sir?
Shallow copy and deep copy.
Yes, so in the situation where you want to copy a particular list, okay, so you can just use it like this. It's shallow. It's not how do I say it? It's not copying. It's not the copying is just from the word shallow. I'm looking for, yes, it's not copying the entire, not the entire thing. It's not, anyway, it's not dependable. Okay, I'm looking for the exact word or the way I can describe it. Okay, so you can use different method. Like what I did, converting a list to a tuple is also is also part of the way, right? Now if we, there are other methods that you can use. There is method pop, there is method index, append, copy, extend. Extend comes if you want to extend a list. Okay, so I want to extend this list, so I provide a new list. So in this case, let me bring it down, or bring my new list here. Okay, bring my new list here, and then I'll pass the variable inside this v inside here. Okay, right, yeah. I'm coming. Yes, so I then provide, it takes a provisional argument now. Takes a provisional argument. So when I print fruits and then I run it, okay, so you can see, So you use the extend method when you want to add a new list to an existing list. Do you understand, sir?
Yes.
Hey,
Understood. How about append?
rack
Apart
sheet.
from append.
Rack sheet, this is a paid class. I can't share the screen. Okay. But the course is available. If you are interested, I can send you the link. All right. And this is a feedback section. All right. Thank you so much. Please kindly like and subscribe to my video. Thank you. Okay. So yes, you said, sir, you said what?
Yes, I said it's different from using append. I didn't
Yes,
understand
it's
append.
different from using append. What append does is you are just adding. This one you are extending. Okay, you are extending. You can extend an existing list by adding another list using extend method. All right. So this is how it works. Okay. The method pop also, let me quickly discuss that. The method pop will pop the last okay, so there's a method sort here. It's sort, method insert, the method remove, the method insert, the method clear will clear the entire thing you have in your list. The method copy, I've explained that. Reverse. So let's say we want to sort now. Okay, we can call the method sort, and when we print our list is sorted. Okay, so let's run it. Greater than not supported between instance of int and string. Alright, so I cannot have a string inside a list and then I want to sort. No, it's not done. That's what it's saying. Okay, so if I want to sort, it has to be an integer. So I'll just mix up this one. I'll bring 4 here, bring 7 here, change this one to 2, change this to 3, and then change this to 9. Okay, you can see that it's mixed up. So but when I call the v.sort on it, okay, if I call the dot sort method like this and I print v, okay, let's print v like this, and then I'll now remove this. Okay, fruits. Okay, yes, sorry, and then run it like this. So let's run it again. So you can see it will arrange it. Are you seeing? So it will arrange it. Is Frank still here? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right.
Now, what if you want to, if you have a string and want to arrange in alphabetical order?
Yeah, so if you have a string, so let's say I will remove the integer that are here. Okay, I'll remove this, right? And then I'll come here and then I'll say fruits dot sort like this, and then we print fruits like this, and we run our code. So you can see it will sort it: orange, banana, carrot, to sort it. All right, so O will come before O. Now thank you, thank God. So now look at the reason. Do you know the reason why O is coming before B? Yeah, because of the letters. Python is case sensitive. Capital letter A-O is not the same as capital letter, capital letter A is not the same as small letter a. Okay, I should have explained ASCII table to you before now, but I want you to go and find out about ASCII table. Every letter, every symbol you are punching on your system are represented. They have their what? Their ASCII number. So Python,
Asking table.
yes, ASCII, ASCII, right? Yes. Okay. So you can capital letter A is not the same as capital letter small letter A O. So the reason why it's bringing O before B is because of the capital letter. So if we change it from capital letter to small letter like this, okay, and we change this to small letter, and we run it again, can you see now? Can you see?
Yes.
So it means that the number for capital letter O is higher than the number for capital letter B on ASCII table. So please find more on ASCII table. Alright? So when you are using the capital letter, please be careful. Okay? Depending on what your goal is, what you are doing, please be careful. So we have banana, carrot, orange, and all of that. So you can see the way it sort them again. Alright? So this is also applicable when I was showing you about membership operator. Okay? When I was showing you about membership operator, I told you that if you are checking for a value in a particular list, okay, if you are checking for a value, if a value exists in you are using membership operator, you must be careful with the letters. Capital letter A is not the same as capital letter B. Capital letter B is not the same as what? Capital letter A. Alright? Or let me quickly show you. I think I still have time. Okay, we have 45 minutes to go, and I have set and set dictionary to teach. Alright, so I'll go and search for ASCII table. Let's look for ASCII table. Let's look for ASCII table and explain what is ASCII. Like this, ASCII. Yeah, ASCII table. Can you see my screen, sir?
Yes, that's it.
Okay. So if I now come here, where's you can see my screen, but not the entire screen, correct?
Yes, not. No, I can't see it again now.
Yes, I want to share the entire screen. Okay. Oh, it's still loading. Okay, so this is the ASCII table I'm talking about. Are you seeing? Every symbol, every letter on your keyboard, they are represented. Okay? They have their specific number, and this is what is used to identify, this is what is used to understand what you are seeing. This is what a computer uses. So you can see null, you can see your what is it called, end of screen, bell. So this is ASCII table. All right, so let's go to the letters. The one I want to show you is the letters. Oh, where is it to? Okay, can you see? So you can see 0 is null there. Okay, when you press your space bar, in the hex number is 20, the decimal number is 32. All right, so every character that you are pressing, every symbol you are pressing, they have their specific what? Hex number and decimal number. So this is what makes you to understand that capital letter O is not the same as capital. Okay, so let's even check it. You can see that the capital letter O, the number is 79, the small letter O is 6. 111. Okay, 111. All right, so this is very, very important. This is very, very important for you to understand. Are you with me, sir?
Yes.
So
But is it like binary, anything binary number? Like indicated like binary.
yes. Okay, so that's why I want you to do your finding. Learn about ASCII table, learn about binary numbers, because this will help you to debug error. See, many people run from error, many beginners run from error, but that's where you learn. Okay, that's where you learn what you need to learn. When you see error, even when it is working correctly, because you have seen so many error, you can tell that something is wrong. Okay, you can tell that something is wrong with this code. All right, so get used to seeing error, get used to it. It will help you. Okay, it will help you to know how to debug and know where error is coming from and what is causing it. Okay, the best programmers are the ones that understand error, and I've tried to explain how to read error to you before. Okay, so read error, understand error. Okay, can we continue?
Yes, sir.
So now that we've understand tuple, we've understand okay, yes, let me quickly say this before we round it up there. Remember that this method you can also this method also work with tuple. All right, these methods also work with what? Tuple. So because this is a tuple already, I can do my tuple and then I can call the method on it. So I can call the method count, the method index. So there are methods I cannot call on it. The method append doesn't work. The method, some of those methods does not work with tuple. All right.
Sort.
Yes. Okay, so you can see once you press your dot and you have the right extension, it will show you. So you can only count and check the index. You can't, these are the method. You can use the double underscore add, redundant annotation, redundant class, and all of that. All right, but the append, modification and all of that, you can't do that with tuple. So let's continue to dictionary. So, is there any question from what I said so far?
No, I'm asking question like one that just go.
Eh?
Just go on. If I have a question, I'll ask.
Okay. So when we talk about dictionary in Python, we are referring to a data structure that is a collection of key pair values, a key and a pair of it. All right. So it is defined using curly braces, but you may ask, okay, no, you may not ask here now because you've not seen me using curly braces. Okay, so maybe when we get to set. All right, so let me continue. So how do we create an empty dictionary? You create an empty dictionary by using your your variable. Don't use the the keyword dictionary. All right, do not use this to create a dictionary. Are you with me, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, so I'll call the variable d, and inside here I have created an empty dictionary. Now inside this empty dictionary, there's something I want to do. I want to create information about somebody. I want to create their age, their location and their name. So what do? I'll hit enter. Do you see how formatted it is? Do you see? Immediately I hit enter, do you see how it is arranged? Please confirm with me.
Yes, yes, that's it.
So if we now do something like this and we say name, oh no, get out. So we say name like this, and then, so this is how to create a value in what? A key value pair in dictionary. Are you seeing? So this is the key, this is the value. The name is the key, Jacob is the value. So if we want to get, okay, let's keep adding. Now when you create it like this and you still want to add another one, you can add a comma and then hit enter. So what's the next one? Let's say city, so we don't just go and be typing long thing. So let's say city, and then what do we say? Let's say India, like this. Okay, and then let's say age, So age, we say 35, age 35 like this, or 36. Are you seeing what I'm doing?
Yes, I'm saying.
So we say height like this, and then we say 3.6. What else is active? Is underscore active. This is a Boolean value. Okay, is active, we say true like this. Okay, yes. Now do you know why this place is on the underline red?
No.
Because there is no comma here. Are you seeing? So don't forget your comma. So the commas are very, very important. Are you seeing? So this is how to create a dictionary. Now, what if we want to get values from this dictionary? We want to get only the city. How do we do it? So what we do is we call the variable that is holding this is D, and we call the square bracket. So you can see it's already showing us the index values. All right, that's the beauty of dictionary. Have you heard of JSON before?
Jason?
Yes.
No.
JSON is an acronym that stands from JavaScript Object Notation. So the dictionary is similar to a JSON format and is a means of communication. Yeah. All right. So this is how it is. All right. So if I want to get the city, for example, I will specify the city. All right. Let's say let me provide a variable so that I will print that variable. Okay. And then I will say print x first. X like this, and when we run it, you can see it's giving us India as the name of the city or country, whatever. You get what the way I'm going. Okay, now I want to print the entire value. What do? I print the variable. Okay, I'll print the variable like this. Okay, and run it, and you can see what is returning. Are you seeing? Key value pair. So if I want to modify, for example, what do I do? Now, guide me through. I want to tell you that the way we modify a dictionary is not different from the way we modify a list. So tell me, how should I modify the age based on what I've showed you from the list?
Modify, like using index.
Uh-huh.
Okay, good. X equals to
Uh-huh. X
D,
equal to
D
D
bracket
bracket
2, 2
square bracket, please, no bracket.
square bracket.
What are we changing?
Okay, we are changing age to 40.
Okay, we are changing age to 40 like this. So let's print x. So let's comment this one so that we can print x. Or let's print x. We just print it. So print x like this, and then comment this one so that we have a neat output. So we are getting 40. So let's print the entire list, our entire list. Okay, if the 40 has changed. Oh yes, our age did not change, we only added 40. So this is what I want to show you. What you did is you provided an index and added a new value. You did not modify. Do you understand?
Yes.
So what you did is you added a new value, you did not modify an existing value. So when you want to modify, you use the key, not you here. That is why we say the dictionary is known for its key and value pair. So for you to modify a value, you use the key. So instead of saying 2, you say age.
Age.
Do you understand?
Yes.
So when we now run it, we will now have what? Age as 40. Can you see now? So I allow you so that you can see what is different from what we did in the list and what is different from what we are doing in dictionary. So please let that not skip your mind. Let that not leave your head. All right. Do you understand what I'm doing, sir?
Yes, yes, sir.
All right. So let's flow. Okay. So this is how you can modify a dictionary. You cannot modify a dictionary without without the key. Do not think about index when you are dealing with what? Dictionary. Now, how about we want to look through this dictionary? What do? We do for I in our D, okay, and want to print I. Right? And let's print it. So you can see it's returning everything to us. Okay, so this is how we can print.
Only the key.
Yes. Aha, thank God. So thank you for seeing that. It means you are following me. So he's bringing only the key, not the value. So because he's bringing the key and not the value, you will need to call the dot item method when you are looping through a dictionary. So we'll call the dot items. All right, and there are two different ways you can loop through a dictionary. Because it's dealing with a key value pair, you will now do for key in comma value. So you can do key like this, or let's just use alphabet. Are you seeing? So whenever you are looping through a dictionary, what you specify is the key value pair. You have to provide two variables in your loop because you want to get the key and the value. So if we now come here now, we now say you should give us the key and the value y. Do you understand now? Thank you for following. All right, and when we run it, oh sorry, for key, yes. So here we'll now call the dot item method, right? Dot item like this, okay, and when we run it, so can you see now? So it's giving us the key and name John, city India, age 40, height 3.5, is active true. So this is how you can do it. Oh, Python is so beautiful. All you need is just understand and let it sink in. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you for staying with me. Thank you. Please like and subscribe to my video. Please. Thank you so much. I appreciate. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. Okay. All right. So that is it. This is it. This is how you can modify a value in dictionary. This is how you can loop through a dictionary. You don't just loop through a dictionary by saying for I in, no. You loop through by using their key value, and because you are dealing with key value, you need to call the dot item method. Okay, so which is to give you the items and arrange them like this. All right, if this point is clear, can I continue, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, now that it is clear, the next thing I want us to do is the methods that you can use with dictionary. Now if we call our D, for example, call our D and call it, so you can update, you can clear, you can set a default value, you can pop, you can get values. All right, so if we want to get only the values, for example, want to get only the value of our dictionary, for example, okay, we can do something like this. Okay, and we change here to C, and you call the dot value method on your dictionary like this, and when you run it, you get the value. Okay, are you seeing? You see what it's saying? It say dictionary value Jacob India 4036 true. And then you can also get the keys if the keys that you want with the same method. Are you following me, sir? Hello? Otilo. Hello?
I was on mute.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yes, I can see.
All right. So this is the keys. This is the key. So this is how you can use the dot key method, the dot value method to get your key and the value first. All right. Then you can also set default value, clear the entire list. Okay. So if we call the dot, if we call D and we call the dot clear, right, like this, okay, we clear the entire list. Okay, and when we print our D now, we now have an empty dictionary like this. Are you seeing? Our dictionary is now empty. So this is how we can use, this is how we can get an empty dictionary. This is how we can use some of the method that you can use. So we can also use the len method. Okay, we can use the len method to get the length of our dictionary. So I'll call the len method like this and provide the variable t inside the len method, and when we print x, it should show us how many values we have in our list like this. So you can see what is giving us. Okay. Okay. All right. So this is how the different method that you can use with dictionary. Any question?
Yes, can we modify, like use the append method to dictionary?
No, the append method does not work with dictionary, because you are dealing with a list that can take different data type, and this is a special kind of dictionary that takes key value pair. So if what you are appending, okay, now let's say, okay, let me even do it. So now look at it. I'm going to create an empty dictionary, an empty list now. So I'll call it L, and then I'll say equal to empty list, right? Now if I now do L and I say dot append, I can now call the D, which is the value for our dictionary, right? Now if I now print L, let's print our L like this. Okay, and then I run the code. Are you seeing what it's giving us? So it has to, okay, or let's even use the constructor, the list constructor, for example, and we say equal to and call the list constructor. Okay, and then let's run it. It's giving us an empty list. Okay, so because remember what I said from the onset, the data type, all right, the data type is very, very, if you understand it, you will know how to compare better. You will know how to move data from anywhere to anywhere better. You will know how to analyze better. You will know how to interpret data better, because you understand the type of data you are dealing with. It's very crucial. Are you with me, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right. So this is how you can do it, but you can't do that here. All right. So let's continue. Any question?
No, no.
Are you sure?
Yes, for now.
Okay. All right. I've showed you how to access. I've showed you how to get. Okay. Did I show you the method?
Can we change from list to dictionary, or from dictionary to list?
Okay, to convert a list to dictionary.
Convert. Yes.
Okay. I've not tried it before, but let's give it a try. So let's say we want to, that's what I tried now. I used the list constructor and it didn't work. All right. So look at it here. It's the same thing we did here. Where is that place? Where we use the list constructor. So let's go and convert it. So I'll call it my list, and then I'll say equal to, then call the list constructor, and then I'm going to pass in the dictionary variable, and then when I print my list, I print my list like this. Okay, and so it's going to return an empty list. It's going to return an empty list because it is not it's not converting. Okay, so it's going to return an empty list even though we provided the value, the variable for our dictionary. All right, so yeah, this is it. Any question further or I should continue?
Yes, I was just thinking if you can use key value pair in a list. Like you can use that with a semicolon like that.
Wait,
List.
yes.
And maybe convert it to a dictionary.
Yeah, so that's a long journey, but then let me show you something. It's possible you can have this in a list. So you can create a list like this. Okay, you can lst equal to square bracket and pass it in. So you can have it in a list. So this is a list already. You can do that in a list. Okay. It's asking for, okay, yeah, a list inside a list. Okay, I want to create a list inside a list. Okay, but it's not allowing me here. Anyway, so but this is it. All right, this is it. Okay, so that a list allow any kind of data type does not mean so all that matters is how you manipulate your data. That's what I will say. All that matters is how you manipulate your data. Okay, manipulating your data is what really counts. Okay, so if you can't manipulate your data, then you are not doing a good job. That's what I will say. All right, can we continue?
Yes, sir.
All right, so now let's move on to set in Python. All right, set in Python. So how do we create a set? Linux, I don't offer job, but I can show you how you can turn your skills and not depend on job. I don't have a job, but I can show you how you can turn what you know to get paid for it. Okay, so let's talk about a list. Let's talk about list in Python. A set in Python. All right. So one of the things I want you to know about set is unique. A set is unique. This is a high-paying job, Mr. Julinox or Mrs. I don't know your name, but then if you have this kind of skills, you can't say you don't have a job. That means you are not putting yourself out. You are not doing what you need to do. Okay? So you need to do what you need to do. You need to find out what you need to do. Okay, the money you are looking for is in what you just mentioned. So the question becomes, how do you now get it? You can't say you are an AI engineer, machine learning engineer. How much is an average? Not even an average, a beginner who has these skills, except you are just mentioning it. If you truly possess these skills, you don't need a job. You don't need a job. Okay, so let's continue. Let's continue. Where are we? We are talking about set. Sorry, please. Yes, a set in Python is an unordered collection of unique elements. It is defined using curly braces like we've just done. So now, you may be wondering, look at how we created an empty dictionary and how we are going to create an empty set. What's their difference? So if we want to create a set now, remember what we did before. So if I now come here and I do something like this, okay? If we want to do something like this and I do set or my set, let's do my set like this, and we'll do equal to, okay? And we do curly braces. So this is an empty set. Now I want to use the type method to know if this is a set or dictionary, like we did before. So I'll do print, and then I'm going to pass in type like this, and then I'm going to pass in curly braces, okay, like this, and then I'll pass in my set, okay. And if we run it, where is it saying it? LST. Okay, sorry. So you can see how he made me see that error. That's the beauty of Python. Oh, I love this language. My love for Python. Okay, so you can see he's saying there is a dictionary. So the value you put inside any of your data structure is what to automatically tell Python that this is the data type you are dealing with. So if I now come inside this empty set now, and I now put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8, 9 like this, right? And I run the code again. It's now changing mouth. It's saying that it's now a set. So the value you put inside your curly braces would automatically tell Python that this is the data type you are dealing with. All right. So now we are now talking about set. So now that that is cleared, let's now go forward. Like I told you earlier, I said that a set is unique, and because it's unique, you need to, if you want to make any modification, okay, so unlike tuple, you can modify a set, you can modify a dictionary, you can modify a list, but you cannot modify a tuple, right? So how do we modify a tuple? For us to, if you are adding a single value, like for example, you can use the .add method. So I'll call my set variable and call the .add method. Look at the method that you can do here. When we did the dot with a tuple, you could see that there are no methods, not too many methods you can use with tuple. That is how unique that data structure is. So, and that's why I told you from the onset that each of these data structure have their role in terms of security, in terms of accessibility, in terms of usability. All of this is around users. How should the user access certain things? What are the things that users should not be able to access? These are the process. These are what makes you to build a working system. Okay, this is what enable you to build a working system, because you cannot just allow anybody into the program, into the application or software. There should be a part of your software that users can come and play around. There should be a part where they cannot just play around. Okay, anything a user do, a particular user do, there should be that separation of concern, that what a user do should not affect the rest of the users. especially if you are building a chatting application or a chatting software or whatever. So these are methods that you can use with set. You can add, you can remove, you can update, you can differentiate, you can discard, you can pop, you can clear, you can copy, you can differentiate, you can intersect. Intersection update is disjoint. Okay, in case I don't cover all of this method, you can check my YouTube video. I still have videos on each of these methods that I discuss extensively. All right, just search for methods in Python. All right, okay. Please kindly like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you very much. God bless you. Okay, I appreciate you. I love you. You are incredible. Okay, so now we want to add a single value to our variable or to our set. So how do we do it? Okay, how do we do it? So for us to do that, we call the dot add method. That's what I said earlier, dot add method. And then we will now provide the value we want to add. Okay, so we want to add 56. Okay, for example, so if we add 56 and we print my set, so and then we run the code, you can see that 56 has been added here. All right,
Yes.
now but what if we want to add multiple values to our set? What if we want to add multiple values to our set? So in that case, we will need to now use if you want to add multiple values, you can add something like this. Let's say 67. Okay, 78. Okay, sorry. So you can add two values like this. Takes exactly, okay. Oh, sorry, takes one provisional. So yes, like this. Now, if we can create a variable. Let's say we have, or a list. Okay, you can use the constructor, the dictionary constructor, to create, to convert a list to what, to a set. So you can say my list, for example. Okay, and then equal to, and this time around I'm going to start from 11. So I'll say 11 comma 12 comma 13 comma 14 comma 15 comma 16, like this. Now I want to convert this to dictionary. What do I do? I will now call another variable like this, and then I will now say call the list constructor. Okay, sorry, dictionary constructor. Okay, I'll call the dictionary constructor, and then I'll now pass the my list variable like this. Okay, and so when I print x, okay, let's remove this one now. When I print x, and we should have a new list. Cannot convert dictionary of the sequence element 0 to a sequence. Oh, okay. Cannot convert dictionary update. Okay, sorry, let me call the dot update. Let's call let's call the dictionary my dic, and then equal to like this, and then we will now say my dic dot update, and then I can now pass in my list like this. And so when we print my dic like this, okay, and we run it, let's see what we have. Cannot convert dictionary updates. Why? I think I've done it before. This is possible. Okay, sorry. Mm, okay, okay. Mm, what's wrong with my list here? What's wrong with it? Square bracket, and then we're calling the dots. Oh, sorry, it's set. And this is set, so it's my set. My set, not my dictionary, sorry. Dot update. Then I'll now print my set like this. Aha, better. I've done it before now. Okay, so this is it. So you can see how we updated it. All right, you can see how we updated it. Okay, so you can use the update method. Okay, and then you can update. All right, you can update your set. Okay, now having said that, let's continue. There are also another method that comes with a set that you can use if you want to remove, you want to discard. Okay, so now if we want to remove a particular value, now remember with the new update our set now has 16, so we want to remove 16. So what do we do? We now call my set, okay, and call the dot remove. Okay, we call the dot remove method and specify the number we want to remove. In this case, it should remove 16. And when we print my set, okay, and we run it like this, you can see that 16 is no longer in the list. So this is how to update, remove. You can try all of the other method we've discussed so far with the set. Any question? Any question? Hello? Oh wow, you've left me in the WhatsApp group. That's good. All right, thank you so much for watching, for staying with me. Tomorrow also you can join me by from 10 a.m. to 2. It's 2 hours class where I review classes with my students. If you are interested in any of my classes, please kindly comment that you are interested, and I will send you the link. All right, so what I'm building is a 12 weeks data science, Python for data science class. So where we take beginners, whether you've written before, if no, you've not written, we take you from beginners level to expert level, and you can confidently analyze and analyze data. So if you're interested, it's 50,000 naira if you're in Nigeria. If you're outside of Nigeria, that's less than $20. Let me check. 50,000 naira to US dollars. Okay, so okay, that's like almost $32. Yeah, $32. So I don't know where you are. So the course is a bundle. You can learn at your own pace, and you can always ask questions. Thank you so much for joining me. See you tomorrow. Do have a great day ahead. Bye bye. All right, bye bye.